Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you like this watch, you can purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. And you will like this watch because it is one of the best buys in modern IWC. Launched in 2011 from IWC's other dress watch family, besides the Portuguese, it is the IWC Portofino Chronograph, reference 3910-08 in stainless steel, based on the design principles laid down on the giant Portofino, reference 5251 in the 1980s. These lines, inspired by Hanno Bürcher's original, represent a stark contrast with the integrated lugs and slim profile of the Art Deco Portuguese design. Now, the Portuguese has been around since the 1930s, and the Portofino line debuted in the 1980s. So a lot of this design consists of what-if watchmaking, rather than an actual reference to history, but I love it for that imagination. The timepiece sits easy on my wrist, a modern size 42 millimeters. Remember, the original giant Portofino of the 80s was 46, so consider this to be a mid-size. It's relatively slim, all things considered, at 13.7 millimeters with a generously sloped domed bezel. Lug-to-lug, it's relatively constrained at 49.1 millimeters. I always say if you have a smaller male wrist, 14 to 16.5 centimeters circumference, you want a watch that is 50 millimeters lug-to-lug or fewer, and this watch qualifies. It has a 20 millimeter span between the lugs, so if you wish to accessorize, that is the size that you will wish to purchase. But give the strap a chance. This factory strap is nicely made, medium rectangular alligator leather scales. You can see they are in a gloss finish with a slim profile, a folded edge, a monotone stitch, and on the underside calfskin. The buckle is thoughtfully made as it is distinct and distinctive of the Portofino line. You'll also note on the underside it features a little bit of an evacuation in that the bridge of the buckle is higher than the prongs, and that's deliberate because it allows the strap to be buckled and then allows it to sit between the two stanchions of the pin buckle itself so that it's lower on your wrist once you have it buckled down. If that seems elementary and you're asking, well, who doesn't do that? Well, quite a few brands. Right here, I have a Patek Philippe complication with a spade-style pin buckle that does not have that relieved gap between the bridge and the prongs. So thoughtful design on this Portofino, and it's not just the case. Okay, jumping back to the case, it's simple. Like the 5251, it's the appearance of a pocket watch converted into a wristwatch rather than a wristwatch per se. Straight lugs that curve dramatically as they exit the flank of the case, but when viewed from the top appear to be as straight as arrows. It's a vintage style, and it's compounded by this mushroom form pump pusher arrangement for the chronograph. The crown is simple and IWC branded, but the dial is upscale and functional. I love the fact that IWC went with applique indices. Stylized Roman numerals at 12 and 6, applique indices, baton and polished on top of a matte black base. It's an upscale look. You'll also note that there are polished chapter rings for the chronograph minutes as well as the chronograph hours, and a minimized constant seconds at 9 o'clock to counterbalance the calendar system at 3 o'clock. You have both a day and you have a date, and you have a bidirectional quickset system for setting the watch. The watch features a hacking seconds function, so when you pull the crown to extremity, as I will do now, you can actually stop the seconds hand, chronograph and constant seconds, and synchronize to a reference time. It's important to recognize how different this is from a Portuguese, as the Portuguese conventionally features different hand profiles, different index profiles, and of course, outboard, very different case profiles with the Art Deco integrated lug. The Portofino is its own thing, and underneath its solid case back, it has a IWC modified Valjoux 7750 doing business as reference 75320. 44-hour power reserve, highly efficient unidirectional winding, 30-meter water resistance, so it is truly a dress watch, although somewhat sporty from some angles. This isn't one you're going to want to get wet. Beating away at 28,800 vibrations per hour, it is a high-grade 25-joule movement, and IWC does order and regulate the highest grade of Valjoux 7750 in case you were wondering. This watch can easily be regulated to keep chronometer grade time. It's simple, it's appealing, it is very different from a Portuguese in both style and sensibility. A little bit of a what-if watch, yes, but also a nod to a great reference in IWC history. The giant Portofino made somewhat more wearable for modern wrists. You can see and you can purchase this Portofino Chronograph 3910 on the watch box.